Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be back with another Young Indian, part of the Voice of the Young series. Right now, we have with us Kalash Gautam. Let's listen to her. Over to you, Kalash.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. I would like to thank you more because there are very few people who listen to Young Minds. Especially, I used to search for platforms who are trying to bring up young minds to speak, and then I found yours, and I was very eager to come and speak here. I would like to say that. I take this as a big opportunity to come and speak here, and I'm very grateful that you invited me to speak here. So now I would like to start with my introduction. So my name is Kalash Gautam, and I am basically from Nagpur. I was born and brought up in rural part of Nagpur, and I grew up there. It was very kind of my parents, and maybe I was very fortunate enough to get a good education even in rural areas. So I got my 10th completed with CBSE board and with a decent grade. I had a very good time in my school life, and it was quite amazing to be there and learn new things, face new things. It was complete a roller coaster ride. After my 10th, while deciding that what to do after 10th, whether to pursue science or social sciences or commerce. So before my 10th result, I remembered I told my parents that in whatever subject, in, even in social sciences or science, in whatever subject I get more marks, I'll go with that subject because I love both of the subjects. So in my 10th grade, I got same marks in both of the subjects. So that was my first like step to take decision for my life to be out there. And then I have taken suggestions from my parents, and my parents told me that it will be way better to go with science and take general knowledge till 12th, because since the time I remember I wanted to become something was just to join civil services and become an IAS officer. So I always wanted to pursue arts after my 10th, but then I also knew that there is a need for me to learn at least general sciences till 12th. After that, I will be able to decide what to do. So till my 12th, I have pursued my general sciences along with sociology. I did PCM with sociology. I dropped biology and I took sociology in my 12th. After completing my 12th, I gave JEE and I successfully cleared mains and advanced for JEE. And after that, without even taking coaching from anywhere. So many of my relatives, apart from my family members, were forcing me to join NITs and IITs. And while I was screaming that I want to just join the arts field because I'm very eager to know that, and it will play a very important role while I prepare for my civil services exams. So it was a completely delusional phase, I would say, because so many people were just telling me that you are going for something wrong. You won't get employment opportunities more in the arts field, as there are more employment opportunities when you join nice NITs and IITs. So, but then my parents were like, if you want to do this, we are with you. You need to take decision for yourself, and we are always going to be there for you.
Hmm.
So then my dream college was actually in Delhi, LSR, but because I couldn't score good in my 12th grade, I couldn't get it. So then after that, I knew there's one good college which I really liked. It was Ferguson College. And for that also my grades were not good. I knew somewhere I would not get in. But in my 12th, what I did was after my 12th got over and I got the results, I just filled the form for one college, that was Ferguson College. And I told my parents that if I don't get into this college, I'll do my education from Open University, because there were no good colleges in Nagpur as such to pursue arts at that point of time. So I just wanted to tell them that if I don't get into Ferguson, I'll better go with the Open University option. So then I luckily got into Ferguson in my third and fourth round. Maybe I don't remember right now, but I got in third or fourth merit list in Ferguson. And then I would like to thank my parents at this point of time, because they were kind and brave enough to send me from Nagpur to Pune just for education. And in my bachelor's, I did my bachelor's from Ferguson College. Academically speaking, Ferguson College gave, it was a whole different environment there. It was very difficult for me to adjust and to like dive in the cultural shifts which I have seen even from Nagpur to Pune. So it was quite difficult at the start, but eventually I grew up. And the most important things which I have experienced was in my first year of the college itself, academically or speaking. Like when I stayed in hostel, I think in the first, second or third month of the first year of my college, I got tuberculosis. So the 6 months which I spent there alone in the hostel were the most important months of my life. They have completely changed me as a person. They have made me independent in every cell, and I thank those period a lot. After that, my hostel life was quite good. My first year got over. My second year was when COVID hit, and I spent my second year in my at my home, as everybody was there itself.
Yeah.
And then and at my second year of college, I I developed, like, I knew I am good at writing, but it was during COVID that I knew what potential I hold while writing something. So in my second year, we had to choose majors for our graduation. I wanted to do graduation in political science, but I luckily got into English literature, and then that completely changed my mind, and it just blowed my mind in many ways, and it helped me to know so many things which I've never knew earlier. And I completed my graduation from a very good college, and I am very lucky to be there, part of that college. And then after that, when while everybody else was applying for masters in abroad, I was the one who took gap, and I never hesitated to take that gap year while everybody were just figuring out what to do, either to get in nice universities in US and UK, and do their masters there. But then I was the one who was very adamant of taking a gap year, going to Delhi and preparing for civil services. So I took gap after my graduation for 1 year. I went to Delhi. I studied my coaching for this UPSC there for 1 year. That 1 year also taught me a lot, because apart from breaking the academical life in my graduation, I have faced a lot of things, learned a whole lot of things. And
Mhm.
actually I was in the out, like how out there I was, to see how people actually live and what problems they actually face. We have just heard about this earlier, but once you see it, you can feel those things. So it was a good experience there. I gave my first attempt in 2023, but couldn't clear it. And then I knew I have to have some plan B to just gain financial stability and to be little financial independent, and then I can get back to this anytime, because I am always aiming to become IAS officer and join any government services which UPSC offers. So then after that, I came to Nagpur, and then I decided to pursue my masters. And while I was studying for my UPSC journey, I developed an interest towards economics. So I studied very basic things in economics when I was preparing for
Mm.
UPSC, because most of the things were very macroeconomics, not much of stats or econometrics. But then I decided this is a good field which can offer me not only opportunities to earn, but also to learn a whole lot of things, and from which I can make a whole lot of differences. So then I gave the entrance for Gokhale Institute, and I got in, luckily, in the MA program. And currently I'm pursuing MA in economics from Gokhale Institute. So it's a whole lot of, it was very anxious for me to join the academical life after getting 1 year break. So at the start of my masters, I was very anxious while going to classes. I knew people are
Mhm.
very good from in economics. I felt little disturbed that maybe I don't know this much, and deeming that I can't remember such things. But then eventually I know I'm here to learn. Nobody is always prepared, and I'm always here to learn and start everything. So in this year in April, I started my own business for gift hampers. I always wanted to start something of mine, but I was waiting for the right time. But I hope there is no right time. There is time, and then you have to decide whether to do it at that time or not.
Mm.
So in this year, April, I started my business, and it's going on pretty well since then. Along with my college and this business, I am trying to manage. So this is the placement season going on in our college, and everybody is running behind placements. And so many people are even missing classes just to do placement preparations, which is important also. But then they're ignoring college these days, which I don't prefer to do. So this is how I have like gone through, and I've developed interest in economics during my UPSC phase. Now, when I delved more into the subject, earlier I just knew what is it. Now I can tell how the mechanism works in economics. Now I can say how stats and econometrics are very important when it comes to economics, how macroeconomic policies make a huge difference in everybody's life. And this economics itself taught me that it can be connected to, it's very interdisciplinary, it can be connected to any discipline. And there are a whole lot of new fields in economics which we can pursue further. Even in talking about government services, when I am willing to do government services, I'm willing to join government services, there are a whole lot of opportunities even in this field. And I am always ready to like welcome whatever the subject grants me. And when I look back, I see my journey was full of transitions and unplanned decisions. And I always welcome failures. I am always ready to face failures and learn from them.
Hmm.
And I always keep that learning attitude, because as my father always says, when you keep this learning attitude, you'll learn everything. You'll not feel like you have failed in something. It's just you have tried multiple times,
Hmm.
and then you get better every time you fail. You
Right.
just know.
Okay.
So that is how my journey has been so far.
Okay. So what's
And
the business? What's your business?
my business is about gift hampers. So I basically make gift hampers about any festival or occasions like birthdays, anniversaries, or about cafe invites. I make such hampers and all.
But what's your identity? I mean, what is it about your gift hampers? These are ancient things. So what is it that you have brought to it?
So basically, what the trend right now is going on is not more of handcrafted things, and I like to make handcrafted things. So I try to add some elements which is made by myself, like good cards or something very aesthetically pleasing, but handmade, not printed. So I try to include those things that that might make the other person feel that it's very close to them. And it's like somebody close to them has gifted is right there in front of them. And so many, like, I've got good reviews about it, because so many people just say that it feels so personal when you gift it. It
Okay.
feels like, yeah, somebody close to me has gifted this.
So tell us a bit about how you thought of it and how you operate it, because it's the first time I'm hearing such a thing. So I'm also curious how you thought of
Okay,
it.
so I was quite good in arts and like making some art crafts and things. But then every time, and I am very like, I like to celebrate people, people who are very close to me. I like to celebrate their birthdays and all very nicely. So every time I used to make something handcrafted, either be it a letter or a like box full of something they like. So every time I used to give them, they were just saying that you should do this. You know, you are very good at this, and you can make a whole lot of things out of this, and you're quite good, and you can develop so many things from this. You can provide even employment so, to so many people even after starting this.
Hmm.
And this is a really good business that it's flourishing right now, because so
So,
many people need gifts, and they are just willing to get good gifts made.
so do you have a website? How do
Currently
you,
I have an Instagram profile.
oh, you have an Instagram profile. I'm
Yeah,
outdated.
it's okay.
Yeah,
It's not
this
outdated.
is websites are from grandfather's days. Right. So sorry, I am too old to know that the world has moved beyond websites. If you want to do
No, no,
business
no.
with young people, you better be on Instagram.
Yeah,
What is this website?
yeah.
It's from your
Yeah,
grandfather's time. All
it
right.
works. It really works these days.
Okay. So you have an Instagram profile. And
Yeah,
how
yeah,
do
I
you
have.
deliver?
Through India Post in India, and through if it's international, it's also through India Post or any other courier partners.
Okay. So you are really packing it
Equipped with it.
yourself.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right now I do it by myself. I
Uh-huh.
pack by myself only,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I deliver it through India Post or some other courier services.
Okay, fine. And how do they pay
Yeah,
you? Through
online payments, sir.
online pay.
Digitalization. Yeah,
Digital life to the full. Great.
yeah.
And all this because you studied English literature, right?
Maybe.
So what did you learn in English literature that's serving you now?
So during English literature, I learned that there are stories behind everything you know or you see every day.
Yeah.
You just need to explore those stories.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you should
I
be willing enough to explore those stories.
I have one more question on
Yes, sir.
this business of yours. So,
Yes, sir.
I mean, Insta profile can't be 5 minutes. I know it has to be short. So,
Yeah.
uh, can we see that can you share that on the screen? If we put a pause, can you bring it up? Maybe
Right
we'll
now,
get,
right now I can't do it, sir, because it doesn't have Instagram. This
or the laptop
laptop.
doesn't have. So,
Yeah,
business is
yeah.
business and Insta is on your phone, right?
Yeah, 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 sir.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
yeah, I have two phones. I work one phone for work. I put.
Mm. Okay. So, what is it that is so appealing in your Insta profile that people contact you? I mean, you must have thought about it. So, why don't you tell us?
So what I thought was especially that I always include some handmade element in that, and I try to make it as personal as they think it should be while
Yeah.
delivering a gift.
Yeah.
And whatever reviews I've got so far was that only, that you make things very personally and it feels so personal. It feels so good to see that there are people who are still doing handcrafted gifts and making some cards, and while like other people are just conveniently sending something very something like chocolates or something, but then you make it in a way that it feels like it's very special.
Okay. Now,
So
if I
something like
put you on pause, can you bring one of those things or cards and show it to us after I take you out of the pause?
that.
Do you have
Yeah,
anything
sir.
hand? Yeah? You have something with you?
Right now I don't have. I have pictures of it.
Pictures. So maybe you can show us the
Yeah.
pictures. I just put you on pause. Let's test it on that because
Okay.
I want to see it myself. All right. So I'll put you on pause. We'll see share screen whether you can show us those pictures. And let's see.
Okay,
I,
sir. Okay, sir.
I like to know what young people do. I mean, so that I don't ask them things like, hey, do you still have printed letterheads like your great grandfather? All right, here I'll put you on pause. We are out of the pause. She's ready
So
to
these
show
are
us
my,
her card. Please go ahead, Kalash.
yeah, sir. These are the cards.
Okay. Yeah, it is. Even to my untrained eye, it looks clearly handmade and personal and all that. So, okay, anything else you want to show, or shall we get out of this mode here?
We can, sir. It's not a problem.
Okay, fine. Then can we get out of this mode?
Yeah, 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 sir.
Okay, so we can stop the sharing of the screen and we'll be okay. Okay, great. Thank you, Kalash. I am happy to see the work that you are doing. And, you know, there's so many things going on in your life. Somehow you have juggled them all rather well. It's rare to do an MA in economics after a BA in English literature. It's very rare. And
It's very rare and it's very tough also at the same time to do it, sir.
yeah,
But
it's a
I'm
bit.
finding it quite interesting to do it, and I've developed an interest towards this subject, which I know I'll excel in now.
Okay, great.
I know it.
So, any tips you
Yeah.
have for young people who are in 10th, 11th,
Um.
first year BA, something like that? Any, based on your own
Okay.
experience?
So based on my own experience, I would just say explore anything and everything that comes your way. Never say no to anything. Plus, get your financial knowledge and financial stability, because that it gives you a lot of independence to take decisions. It
Mhm,
gives you a certain amount of power, which can pave a way for so many things.
mhm.
And lastly, don't get affected about what's going on around you. There should be only one thing that should affect you, that is what's going inside you.
Wow. Okay.
And whenever your why is clear about anything, you will never question your how and when.
Hmm.
So there is no right time to do anything.
You should become a
If you want to
motivational
do
speaker.
it,
You should become a motivational speaker. You
oh
have
my
it all
God.
ready, right? It just rolls out from your heart, right?
Yeah, it just rolls out. Yeah, it just rolls
It's
out.
rolling right out of your heart. Okay. Anything else you want to add here?
No, sir, I'm fine with this.
Okay.
I am just glad that you invited me here and thank you for this
All right,
opportunity.
good. So let's end it here. I'll be back with another young person or an expert soon. Till then, bye everybody.